Hey guys, Stress here for Team Dignitas. Once again joined by Scarra here from the Team Dignitas house in Los Angeles. This is after week 4, I believe it is, of LCS, where we faced Cloud9 and Vulcan. Just wondered if you could give us your thoughts on the games against the two teams that I think they're currently ranked 1 and 2 in LCS this past week.
It's just versus C9. We threw the first Baron fight. I did nothing. Like literally, if I just W'd and E'd 3 people running into Baron pit, because we tried to bait that Baron, we would have won the game. And then the second time, TF didn't port in fast enough, and we pretty much threw it both times around Baron area. It's really stupid. We had the game won until then, but honestly, like, we have a lot of problem areas where we kind of deviated from like our strengths, and to be honest, we're not a team that can come back. Like, we're a team that has to. That's why you never see like any highlight reels from our team, because literally, when we play the game, it's like we're trying to work on this, but right now we are a team that will literally go and completely destroy your team, or a team that will just lose like slowly, because right now our team fight potential and our like playmaking ability from behind is really poor. So we're trying to fix that like a lot, but it's something that's like kind of a work in progress, and not something that I realistically know can be fixed in like a 2-day span or something like that. It's something that's actually really kind of hard to teach and kind of hard to learn as well. And so I feel like just, I don't know, QD and Patoy are obviously, I think, if not the best duo bot lane in NALCS, top 2. Like, that's not even the question. And if the rest of the players on the team performed at their level every game, we'd be first in LCS. No, like, that's no question.
And what about the game against Vulcan? What were your thoughts on that game?
We kind of, like, it's just like both games we had our jungler start behind because we didn't do the level 1 correctly. Like, we did not prepare our jungler correctly. Crumbs fell behind. And honestly, against a better team, we would have lost the game off what happened at blue and what they should have done top lane. Just Vulcan didn't play it like 100% clean either. They were still able to get really far ahead with what happened, and we could barely bring it back, but not quite. Like I said before, like, if we're not ahead going into the mid game, we're probably not going to win, because we just don't have it in us right now to be able to turn games around, and that just kind of sucks. Like, it's just, I don't know, like playing these games recently, I don't know, I just feel like just I need to be putting in a lot more time into this game. That's all I'm thinking of right now, is that I right now I have like games where I'm go like legendary. Like, of the 4 games or so we've won in the LCS, 3 of the 4 games I've gotten like 15, 16 kills. I've legitimately carried ridiculously hard on the games that I win. But those seem to be the only games we win. Either I go legendary, and regardless how bot lane does, we win the game, or I don't and we lose the game. And so I feel like that's really bad. And so one of the ways that I can improve that is just like increase my level of play overall, and increase like our ability to team fight and look for plays. And I'm hoping that in the coming weeks that we actually turn around the game. Like, not that I want to lose early game, you can't have the best early games ever. Like, we messed up 2 early games this week, and honestly we shouldn't have it, but we messed up 2 early games, and even though we messed it up, we were able to recover, but not completely. Like, I don't know, I just think that a lot of better teams, if NALCS like had really, really, really strong, consistent teams, then they would punish us a lot more for our mistakes right now. And that's all I'm seeing when we're playing. I'm just like, wow, we really did this poorly. We did this poorly. And it's just, there's a lot of stuff to clean up. I think that we can definitely do it. I just don't believe it can be done in the short term. And that's pretty much something I reiterated earlier in this interview.
Okay, and speaking of maybe looking, well, you're saying about NA teams perhaps not punishing mistakes. Are you looking at any teams from any other regions in particular for how to maybe start looking at how to fix the mistakes that teams are making?
Yeah, I think since with OGN's coming out, it's definitely the top league right now in the world. And looking at their games, some of the stuff they do is just really smart. It's like stuff that seems really obvious, but when you look at it, you're like, wow, like that is not, if not genius, like really, 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 really smart. Like just today, front page of Reddit was Faker on Zed. Sorry, Faker on Zed. They go up against, I think, Ori Jarvan, and the title of the video was called Faker Outplays Really Hard. And what I thought the title of the video should have been is Jarvan makes an incredible flash play. Because what happened was Jarvan did the EQ, but not many Jarvan players really know that you can flash at the end of the EQ to be able to extend like your knockup duration. And they did that in the play, and it's something we had literally just talked about, like not even a week before. And my team was like, that's not realistic. Like you shouldn't be able to depend on that. Like you won't see that a lot in real game applications. And I'm just like, what the heck? Of course you, like in my mind I was like, of course you will. But I was like, okay, you know what? Maybe they're right. And not a week later, not even like 3 days later, I see it. And I'm just like, if that had been better, like if they like the Jarvan played it pretty well. It's just, I don't know. I saw that play and I was like, wow, like that play is something that you will never see in A, because that's just not something that's caught on yet. Like we had late Shen flash taunts by like more than a month, where you can do the same thing you do with the Jarvan EQ, but you do Shen taunt and then flash. Like that took a long time to catch up, and I feel like this will take just as long to catch up, if not longer. I know it's not as important as a flash taunt, but it is still something that I was just like, wow, like they did this. No one else I know would have done that. That's really smart. And that's just like small things, like their map movement. Like for instance, if you watch MVP Ozone, their map movement is absurdly good. It's just like discounting player skill, whatever. Like assuming players of equal skill play the game. AVP's map movement is just like a beauty. It's art. Because when you watch it, you're just like, so in the finals they played against what was it?
Oh, you're catching me off guard.
It's so late right now, so I can't think.
Sorry, it's like 2:30 in the morning. I gotta apologize.
Oh, it's against the Zubu Blaze. Kiwi got me there. Their map movement is so on point. I just watched those games. I was just like, they almost played a perfect. Like I don't think a perfect game can ever be played, but if you wanted something to be as close to a perfect play as possible, their map movement that game was near perfection. And that's not something I thought I'd ever say about a team, especially this early into the game. Like only at like the start of season 3 or like halfway through season 3. So yeah, Koreans are really, really good right now, and I feel like everyone should be and is watching OGN to be able to find out new strategies, new item builds, and just interesting stuff. Good play. Really, really strong, solid play.
Well, thank you for the insight into quite a broad range of things encompassing, as you said, OGN starting as well, and your thoughts on the games. I want to thank you for taking the time. As we mentioned, it's a little bit late here, but we managed to make sure we got an update from you before the end of the weekend. Yeah. So we've got games coming up this week. Make sure you catch them at LCS and also all the rest of the content here on the Team Dignitas YouTube channel. I've been Dignitas Stress. Make sure you follow us at Team Dignitas on Twitter, and also subscribe to our YouTube channel as well. So thank you very much for watching, guys. We'll be back with another interview soon.